Hello and welcome to this week's video, which is all about 10 free patterns to sew yourself a spring capsule wardrobe, and they're all free. Hi, I'm Amelia and welcome to my channel Sew Amelia, where I talk all about making a handmade wardrobe for me and my children. Now in today's video I am sharing 10 free patterns that I am hoping to use at least some of to make a spring capsule wardrobe. So I've got some bottoms, some tops, some dresses and some warmer outer layers. I will link all of the patterns in the description box below, so do click down below the video in order to find the links to all of the websites where these patterns can be downloaded. For some of them you'll need to sign up to the newsletter to get access to the free pattern, but for others you can just add them to your basket, check out as normal and pay nothing. Now this video that I'm sharing today is part of the Sew Frugal 2023 challenge that's being run by Ruan, who's the Yorkshire Sew Girl, and Sam, who is Frugalissima here on YouTube and also on Instagram. Now I'm sure you know all about the challenge already if you've been following along with a lot of the other fantastic vloggers who've been sharing over the month of March. But essentially you need to choose a free pattern, that's one that's available to anybody, anywhere. You need to choose some fabric from your stash, so something you've had in your collection for a while. And then you need to use that to sew a garment before sharing it on the 31st of March using the hashtag sewfrugal23. Now this is an Instagram challenge, so if you're not on Instagram, unfortunately it might be a bit tricky to participate, but you can still enjoy all of the vloggers sharing this inspiration and find some fantastic free patterns of your own to sew up for spring and summer this year. Now I am sharing today with the fantastic Theresa, who is Lost Your Thread here on YouTube and on Instagram. Theresa has a fantastic channel. I absolutely love watching her video, especially the ones she does with Clash of the Patterns, where she compares different patterns for the same sort of garment. She has trousers, sweatshirts, button-up tops, all sorts of amazing things over on her channel. So do go over to her channel and watch her Sew Frugal video for today. And also if you don't follow her already, I'm sure most of you do, then do give her a follow and have a look at some of her other fantastic videos that are on her channel. There are also a whole bunch more of fantastic vloggers who have vlogged already and who are going to be vlogging through the month of March. So I will put a link to the playlist which is on Frugalissima's channel, where you can go and find all of those other videos to watch if you would like some more inspiration for sewing free patterns this March. So without further ado, I'm going to crack on with my 10 free patterns. Now I'm not going to go into a huge amount of detail for each of these patterns, otherwise we will be here for a very long time. So I'm just going to share a brief overview of each pattern, and then if you would like more details, do click on those links below. So the first type of pattern I'm going to start off with for my capsule wardrobe is skirts. And this is because today I am wearing a free skirt. Now, in fact, I self-drafted this circle skirt using the By Hand London circle skirt calculator and just a waistband from another pattern that I have in my pattern stash. But if you don't want to do that, there is a fantastic free pattern by Megan Nielsen called the Veronica skirt. This is such a lovely full skirt pattern. You get it by signing up to her newsletter. It has really gorgeous scalloped pockets, or it has a version without the pockets, or you can also make it for knit fabric. And it comes with two different waistband options. It comes with an elastic waistband and a woven narrow waistband. Now this skirt, like the one I'm wearing today, is made with an invisible zip closure if you choose to make the woven full circle skirt. If you choose to make the knit full circle skirt, then obviously you would use the elastic waistband. Now, as with most Megan Nielsen patterns now, this comes in her full size range, so that is 0 to 20 and 14 to 30. So whichever way you choose to go about it, I think this spring we're going to be seeing a lot of circle skirts on the high street, and it's just such a fantastic piece to add to your wardrobe, and it goes with so many of the things in my wardrobe. Today I am pairing it with my Juniper cardigan by Jennifer Lauren Handmade. Now this isn't a free pattern, sadly, but I haven't actually got any free tops that I've made yet. So there's definitely a gap in my wardrobe there for some free tops. Now the next bottoms pattern that I have chosen is the Peppermint Magazine wide leg trousers. Now these have definitely been mentioned before, but I thought in terms of a capsule wardrobe, I like to have a skirt and I like to have a pair of trousers. And I would love to give these a go because I really think it's such a lovely classic silhouette. These come with a fly front and a button closure. They have darts in the back of the trousers and they have curved pockets at the front. I'm sure it wouldn't be too difficult though to draft your own back pockets if you wanted to add those to the pattern. It has a lovely curved waistband which I really like, and it's fitted at the waist and hip, and then it drops down into a straight wide leg cropped length trouser. Now these come in a size range from a 33-inch hip through to a 54-inch hip, which is great, and you can download this for free from the Peppermint Magazine website. Now the next section of patterns that I'm going to mention are tops. Now for a capsule wardrobe, I like to have a blouse and I like to have a couple of t-shirts, so that's what I'm going to mention right now. So pattern number 3 is the Calanzana dress and blouse. Now if I made this, I would make it as the blouse. This is a French pattern by Belen Paris, and I just think it looks so beautiful. It's a very feminine and romantic silhouette. It has the sweetheart neckline, puffed sleeves, and it has a button down back. Now you can make this with little belt pieces at the front or without, but I think it might be quite cropped without. So were I to make it, I'd probably lengthen it a little bit, and I would definitely add those little belt pieces. I think there's such a lovely style feature as well of this pattern. Now you can make this with full sleeves, which are finished with a cuff. You can make it with 3/4 length sleeves, which are finished with elastic, or you can actually make it with no sleeves at all. So it's a really versatile pattern, especially for a free pattern. Now this comes in sizes 32 to 52, so that's a bust of 31 inches through to a bust of 47 inches. The next free pattern is for a t-shirt, and this one comes from French Navy. Now I love sewing their patterns, and I haven't actually made this free t-shirt pattern yet, so I really must do that this spring and summer. This is the Stalin tee. It's quite a boxy fit t-shirt. It has a longer length, which is perfect for tucking into jeans and skirts, so that's great. It'll go with my circle skirt and my wide leg trousers. It has longer sleeves actually. They finish sort of in the mid bicep area, but that's so that you can fold them up into a cuff, and I really like that detail on this t-shirt. Now French Navy have been working through their patterns and updating the size range, so this now goes from a size A to an N, which is a bust of 31.5 inches through to a bust of 59.5 inches, which is great. Now the other free t-shirt pattern that I thought I would share is a very simple t-shirt pattern, but I've made this one a lot for my children, and it does come in women's sizes as well, so I thought I would share it today. And that's the DIBY ABBT, which stands for the Do It Better Yourself Anything But Basic t-shirt. Now this comes with 3 different necklines, quite a close-fitting neckline, a crew neckline, and a scoop neckline. It comes with short sleeves, elbow length sleeves, and full length sleeves, and it looks like it's a lovely length. Now when I've made this for my children, it's such a lovely, quick and easy pattern to sew, and it fits them beautifully, so I have no reason to suspect that it won't be just the same for the women's pattern. So that's free to download from the Do It Better Yourself website, and it comes in sizes 00 to 36, which is a bust of 31 inches through to a bust of 63 inches, so that's a fantastic wide size range there for that pattern. So the next category of patterns I'm going to mention are dresses and jumpsuits. Now I wear a lot of dresses and I really enjoy a jumpsuit, so these are crucial for me as part of a capsule wardrobe. And the 2 dresses I thought I would share today are both from fabricstore.com. Now the recommended fabrics for these obviously are linen, but I do think they would look fantastic sewn up in a cotton poplin or a cotton lawn as well for the spring and summer. So the first dress is the Lunar camisole dress. This has such a beautiful silhouette, perfect for a day on the beach or just wandering around on one of those hot summery days that I hope we're going to have. But also I often wear these strappy sundresses layered over turtlenecks in the winter or over a t-shirt if it's just not quite warm enough to bare your arms. So this does have a spaghetti strapped bodice. It is a v-neck bodice. It is fully lined, and then there is a simple gathered skirt which attaches to this. It closes with an invisible zip, and there are patch pockets on the skirt. But I think this pattern would be so open to hacking. I think you could easily put inseam pockets into the gathered skirt, and I also think you could add a back panel into that bodice which is shirred, so you could just easily pull this one on and off without the need for a zip. And this one comes in a 0 to 30 size range. The next dress I thought I'd mention, which is also from the fabricstore.com, is the Jane shirt dress. Now shirt dresses are very popular. Again, they look to be all over the high street again this summer, and this one just looks like such a lovely relaxed style shirt dress. This has a simple gathered skirt and a notched collar, and although it says advanced beginner, the website does promise that the instructions are really well written and will guide you through if this is the first time you've attached a collar to a garment. I do like again the patch pockets on the skirt, but again I do think you could easily make inseam pockets if that's your preference. Again, this dress comes in sizes 0 to 30. The next pattern to mention is the jumpsuit. Now I saw this and I thought it looked absolutely brilliant and very similar to a very popular pattern that I'm sure we all know, and also to a very popular ready-to-wear jumpsuit. And this is the Life So Savory jumpsuit pattern. Now this one is made from a linen, but again I think it would look great in perhaps even a viscose twill, or a cotton poplin, or a cotton lawn if you wanted a slightly more drapey fit. It is a loose fit, and she suggests going off your hip measurement in order to get the correct size for this jumpsuit. The instructions for this one look fantastic, and I really like the pocket details, the patch pockets on the front and on the trouser, and I like the tie strap detail. I just think this looks like such a fun, breezy, easy number to wear on one of those spring days when I'm running around after the children. So this one comes in sizes extra, extra, extra small through to a 3XL. So that's a 30-inch through to a 57-inch hip. So again, a lovely wide size range there. Now moving on to jumpers. Now I've only got one jumper here, and this is the new Styler Rain pattern. Now Styler used to be known as Little Lizard King, but they have, for the women's side of their patterns, moved those all over to Styler, and this is their most recent free pattern. Now I really like this sweatshirt pattern. It has almost like a scoop neck detail. It has raglan sleeves, but they have a gather into that raglan seam, which I just think elevates this into a really interesting sweater pattern. This also comes with a hemband and cuffs, which I really like on a sweater, and I just think this would go beautifully with the other items that I've listed in this capsule. Now this comes in Styler's fantastic size range, which goes from a size 0 to a size 32. Now for my last pattern, I thought I would mention a quilted vest, because I'm sure we haven't all had enough of quilted vests and coats. I certainly haven't, and they're still all over the high street. Now I do think that a quilted vest is a great extra layer in the spring and summer to go either under a coat or just to quickly pop on over your jumper, over your dress, just to give you a little bit of added warmth. Now this quilted vest comes from Pearl Soho. They've got a couple of different patterns on their website. I chose this one because it does have the extra layer in between the two fabrics for that added warmth, and then they show you how to quilt that. This has lovely curved corners and it's finished with a bias binding. Now you could probably quilt this any way you like, use lots of different scrap fabrics. I would love to use some of the Liberty scraps in my stash to piece together and make this quilted vest for the spring and summer. Now it comes from a size extra small to extra large, which doesn't sound like a terribly wide size range, but the finished garment measurements go from a 40-inch hip through to a 54-inch hip. So it does look to be quite a loose fitting vest top. Now, very briefly, before I finish the video, I thought I would mention some of the fabrics that I've taken out of my stash that I might use to sew up some of these patterns for Sew Frugal 23. Now, there's no way I'm going to be able to sew all of these pieces in March. I'm going to be choosing perhaps one of these to share on March the 31st. But I did pull out a bunch of fabrics that I thought would work well together to make this capsule wardrobe. Now I'll show them all together to you first, because I think there's quite a lovely colour story going on there. I've got some denim, some linen, some gingham. I've chosen this pink floral cotton, and then I've got a couple of jerseys. So briefly, I'll just share each of those with you. Now the first is this denim fabric. Now I've had this for so long, I don't remember where I bought it from. It's a nice sort of light wash denim, and I think it would look really good as those peppermint wide leg trousers. And it would go with the two cotton jersey fabrics that I've chosen, and I'll show you those now. So I've got these two jerseys. Actually, this one is a cotton jersey. This one is a viscose jersey, which you'll all know if you've watched my previous videos. It isn't my favorite, but I actually think this blue viscose jersey worked up into that DIY t-shirt would be a lovely loose fitting flowy t-shirt to wear with the peppermint wide leg pants, or even underneath the sundress. Now this white jersey I think would look great as the Stellan tee. It's got a little bit more weight, and so it would hold the shape of those cuffed turn-ups. And I think you just can't go past a white tee in the summer. I certainly reach for my white tee all the time, and it would be great to have another one to add to my wardrobe. Now the next fabric I chose was this linen. I think this is a viscose linen actually, and I bought this a while ago actually from Andrea at Beyond the Pink Door. Now it's a beautiful blue, almost Art Deco pattern with these red and yellow spots, and I think if I sewed up that lunar sundress in this viscose linen, it would look really, really pretty, and it would go really well with the navy or the white t-shirts underneath if I just wanted an extra layer of warmth underneath that strappy sundress. Now these next two fabrics that I picked out were potential fabrics for the Caldenzana blouse and I thought that they would both look really pretty. This gingham blue fabric would look lovely with the jeans, as would this pink cotton poplin that I bought from Sew Me Sunshine. But alternatively, they would also make really lovely circle skirts for the summer, and I can imagine myself wearing both of these a lot, again with that white t-shirt or even the navy t-shirt that I could make with those cotton jerseys. So these could either be the blouse or they could also be the full circle skirt. But alternatively, they would also make really lovely circle skirts for the summer, and I can imagine myself wearing both of these a lot, again with that white t-shirt or even the navy t-shirt that I could make with those cotton jerseys. So these could either be the blouse or they could also be the full circle skirt. So like I said, there's no way I'm going to get all of those made in March. There's quite a lot of patterns there. I think that would take me a good couple of months, but I would like to sew some of those certainly for the spring and summer this year, and it's just so fantastic to have such a wide range of free patterns to choose from here in the sewing community. So I do hope you'll pop into the description box and check out some of those free patterns. Leave me a comment, let me know which of those patterns you like the most and which of those fabrics you liked as well. And let me know which one you think I should get sewn up, and I look forward to sharing my finished make with you on March the 31st. In the meantime, do check out that playlist that Frugalisma has for lots of other inspirational videos from other sewing vloggers in the sewing community. I hope you have a lovely week ahead, filled with lots of happy sewing, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Goodbye!